No good.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
"2K Sports" welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action, coming to you live on this Saturday night. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Wembanyama is the center with Sohan next to him. Vassell in the wing along with Johnson. And it's Collier in at the point. And for the Bulls, we've got Sharp, ball out there with Levine. And it's Hood-Schifino in at the shooting guard. Both teams tonight have been bitten by the injury bug. Richard, we know how impactful that can be to a lineup.
Yeah, but these are opportunities because rotations get thrown off, Kevin. Nothing feels right. You have to have that next man up mentality. But deep down, you know things aren't right.
Wembanyama outside. Here's Vassell. Down low. Johnson can't get it to go. Here's Hood-Schifino. Covered by Vassell. Hood-Schifino. Shot is off. Wembanyama up top. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
Something Vassell is only improving at, recognizing these chances to drop an easy dime.
Back to ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
Ball proven to be a knockdown threat from mid-range as well. A terrific shooter in that area.
Wembanyama outside. Pass to Collier on the wing. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Hey, Richard, as a former Spur, what strikes you most about the character of the franchise?
Well, there's a stability there in San Antonio that you don't find in other teams. That's part of the reason why I didn't fit in well. As a player or a fan, you can have the confidence that this organization has a solid plan.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Lock at 6. They get a hand on it. Pass to Hood-Schifino. No good on the triple. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
Yeah, an interconference matchup, and these are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
He's becoming a more potent offensive threat. When Johnson is catching and firing, it helps him get into a rhythm.
A pass to Levine. Back to Ball. Three-pointer. Buries the long-range jumper. Ball's got his second bucket tonight.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Passes it to Johnson. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
I love Johnson's attitude. Marches down and gets his revenge with the 3.
Ball, the pass to Levine. They get the rebound.
Yeah, easy call.
Spurs foul. Wembanyama. First personal foul. First team foul.
Chicago shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
For Chicago. Ron Sharp.
No good on the free throw. And he's good on the second. San Antonio leading by 4. Pass to Sohan. We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Collier, he's covered by Ball. Excellent D there from Ball.
That's just the bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
Launches a 3. San Antonio with the rebound. Pass to Vassell. Back to Wembanyama. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in.
Spurs foul. Sohan. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Spurs on defense. Outside Levine. Over Johnson.
Well, Johnson is just as fast as he is strong, so as a defender, he can really pressure you.
Now, Vassell. Game against Oklahoma City, very impressive.
And that's what they teach you at every level. Get a body on your man, box out, grab the board.
Now, here's Ball. And the shot goes down. Ball's got 7 points. And the Spurs with possession here. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
Tough to keep the consistency from deep, but they did it last time.
Levine against Johnson. Just 5 on the clock. Fires the 3. And the basket by Vassell.
Much more comfortable from deep. Vassell finding that stroke.
Here's Hood Schifino. Covered by Vassell. Ball with the bucket.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Collier. He's covered by Ball. And the pass to Sohan. Johnson right side. Over Levine. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in.
Hard work pays off with a rebound and a bucket. That's just great fundamentals.
Ball surveying the defense. Levine kicks to Ball. And that comes off the assist by Levine. He's got 13.
About 5 of 6 to start. Looks like he brought his A game.
Passes it to Johnson. Let's go. It will not find the hoop. It's his 3rd miss. He has made 2. On the wing, Levine. Out left to the wing. Now, here's Ball. Defense right on him. Kick out to Levine. Over Johnson. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Sohan, the pass to Wembanyama. Spurs passing it around. Now, here's Vassell. He's guarded closely, and it's Sohan missing.
They timed up the layup perfectly. The D saw it develop and got there to bother the shot.
A nice shot by Hood Schifino.
That is just ridiculous. He's just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
This is the 2K leaderboard with a rundown of the NBA's top defenders down low. The league's leaders in rejections this month. Victor Wembanyama, number 1.
And guys, as the month has unfolded, his interior defense has gotten better and better.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
Well, it helps when your opponent makes that many mistakes. I thought that was the story of the game.
It definitely made things easier for them. When the other team is just handing you the ball back, you got to make them pay for it.
Both teams will make substitutions. Check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. A look at Chicago. Here in the middle of the regular season, they've been able to get the 4th best record in the conference.
Checking out Chicago, they were a team that no one knew quite what to make of entering the season. But as the year's gone on, it's become clear they're legit contenders.
But there are still some very strong teams above them. So, yes, they are contenders, but I still wouldn't call them the favorites just yet.
Ball no good. San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Pass to Conley. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Personal foul.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here we are, Richard, in the middle part of the season. How much does a coach begin to worry about his team's output at this point of the year?
Oh, well, that's all coaches do. They worry. It's in the DNA of being a coach. That's why I don't do it, because I never worry about anything. These guys right here, if they could have the best team ever assembled, I think coaches would still worry about production.
And that one misses. The Bulls have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Here's a Kogi. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Here's Collier. Rebound by the Bulls.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
Here's Hood Shafino. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Milwaukee.
And how about the vision he displayed? Great job getting others involved and piling up the assist.
So it's San Antonio now, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Here's Nurkic. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. The Bulls leading by 3. The dish now to Johnson. High post shot, got a piece of it. Collier is guarded by Johnson. Pass to Nurkic. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And you got to do more than that to stop Nurkic, using that muscle to just brush past the defender.
Now the pass to Nesmith. To the right side. Here's Hood Shafino. Achua, no good.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
It's hauled in by Achua. Chicago leading. Passes to Okogie. Here's Achua. Here's Hood Shafino. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game. Gonzalez, he's checked in for the Spurs.
Third team foul. Into the lineup for the Spurs, Gonzalez.
Here's Hood Shafino. Here's Nesmith. A three-pointer, no good.
Locking the arc down. Defense knows it's on them to scare off those shots.
So they take the lead. And the Spurs lead by 1.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
Here's Hood-Schifino. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
San Antonio ball.
Let's see some of the numbers here for him. We've got 1:48 left to play in the first quarter. He's guarded by Johnson. Fires from 14, and the jumper is good. And it's a 3-point San Antonio lead.
Not the best pick I've seen, but look, hey, he got the job done, and that's all that matters.
To the paint, tips it up.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Pass to Nurkic. Outside Gonzalez. Shot clock at 6. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Here's Hart. That 3 off the mark. And Chicago shooting 45% from the floor since the game got underway. Bulls moving the ball around. Pass to Hood-Schifino. Always going up for the alley-oop here. It's tipped. Right side Gonzalez. Nurkic trying to get open. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. The Spurs shoot their 4th shot at the foul line here.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Here's Nesmith. Still scoreless. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. That's tipped. Baseline try. And Gonzalez pulls it down.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Hart with it. Outside Gonzalez. Puts up a 3. And that does it for the first quarter. It's the Spurs. They lead by 4. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
26.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
You can't overstate how much interior defense can shape the game. They have a distinct advantage there, and they have turned it into a lead.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Chicago Bulls. Trailing by 4. On the court for San Antonio here in the second. We've got Johnson. He's out there with Victor Wembanyama. And it's Gonzalez in at the 1. And here are the Bulls now. Outside, Levine. Shot clock at 5. From past the arc. The offensive rebound. A second chance effort. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And Greg, when things go crazy, coaches are often the first to go. But how often does that improve things?
Sometimes it goes the opposite direction, Kevin. But the simple fact is it's usually easier to change the coach than it is to turn over the roster.
The free throw drops for Sharp. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. San Antonio's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Collier, he's covered by Ball. Here's Collier. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2 for 6 start.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Ball, the pass to Sharp. Back to Ball.
The contest and the rebound, folks. That is how you defend.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Victor Wembanyama has studied all the greats and one in particular, Kobe Bryant. He says, I know all his stats and records, but mostly I admired his state of mind and his philosophy and his approach to the game. When I suffer, when I have a doubt, I wonder what Kobe would have done. And I know he would have done more, so I'm going back to it. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Here's Vassell. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. 5 to shoot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation.
And now look at Victor Wembanyama here.
He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so. First in blocks. And don't forget, top 5 in the league in points per game. He's a premier offensive threat night in and night out.
He has been a human highlight reel all season long. Clearly the best shot blocker in the game right now, and he has the numbers to back it up. Here's Levine. He nails it, and we're tied up.
What determination from Levine, finding his finish despite the contact.
And the definition of a 3-level scorer, RJ, Zach Levine can fill it up with the best of them.
Yeah, Greg, and with his blend of deep range and elevation, I don't know, he might be a 4 or 5 level scorer. One thing's for certain, this man's fun to watch.
San Antonio again missing. Bulls have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Monday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Wednesday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Unloads from 13. Rebound by the Bulls.
That's a miss you can live with. He did what he could to get something close to the basket.
There's the pass to Levine. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. They get it back. Sharp. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Sharp's got 7.
He knows his job on the glass, and he does it well, cleaning it up and sending it right back.
Poked away, and the call will be against Lonzo Ball. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
The Spurs making a switch here. Sohan's checked in. Here's Collier. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
I'm sure all of the above is in order, and you can never be too content.
And now the 2K leaderboard, a list of the teams that have rebounded the ball tremendously over the last 10 games. The Spurs second.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
Ball, the bounce pass. Johnson against Vassell. An even 3-on-3 break. Wembanyama outside. And that one is stuffed right through.
gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
An important 2 points, not just on the scoreboard, but also for a little bit of momentum.
And it's sharp missing.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
This is why he's out there in situations like this. He stands tall to prevent points.
The three from Johnson. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Chicago. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter.
There's just a feel that Ball plays with that really separates him from so many other players. He's superb at finding ways here to score in the paint.
San Antonio with the ball. Following the basket by Lonzo Ball. Johnson against Vassell. Vassell grabs the board. San Antonio's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Kicks to Johnson. Passes it to Collins. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at San Antonio. Right now they've compiled the 3rd best record in the conference.
And, you know, for the Spurs, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
Even though some people doubted them, there are just as many people, if not more, who believed in this team from the very beginning. And it's pretty clear right now who was right.
Wembanyama, no good. The Bulls shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times.
A strong man. Levine fights for the bucket, and he's rewarded with one more.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And on the season, he's just a shade under 80 from the line. I'll bet he'd like to get that up over that mark.
Achua, he's checked in for the Bulls. Free throw good, Levine.
And Levine's combination of athleticism and shooting makes him dangerous. A multifaceted player with a strong work ethic.
Here's Sohan. 14 points from him the last game against Oklahoma City.
He's more than chipped in on the glass as well. Just a tremendous effort last time out.
5 on the clock. And Wembanyama trying to free himself up. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play. The Spurs shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. The Bulls making a switch here. Neesmith has checked in. And San Antonio with the change here too. Hart's checked in.
One shot.
Chicago calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for him.
And one thing that has been very consistent for him the last few years, his ability to continue to deliver more and more offense. He's been doing everything that's been asked of him.
Now, here's Neesmith. Hasn't made one yet, and he's good on the 3-ball. Johnson's got the lead up to 3 now for Chicago.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Hard against Johnson. Now, here's Hart. He averages about 5 points a game. Here's Sohan. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Sohan's got 7 points.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Johnson down low, defended by Hart. Back to Johnson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Johnson's got the lead. Back up to 3 now for the Bulls. To the middle. Here's Hart. And he lays it straight in.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
And here is Ball. An 11-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous. Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And it's Sohan missing.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Chicago's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Outside, Ball. On baseline, Jay. Rebound by Sohan.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Textbook defense, take a good angle to the shooter and bother the release.
Wembanyama trying to free himself up. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Now, here's Achua. He had 13 points in the win against Milwaukee.
And I love what he's been able to do on the glass, securing some extra possessions for his team.
A nice shot by Neesmith.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Hart finds Johnson. Puts up a deep 3. A three-pointer is right on target. He's got 15.
And he has flat out taken over this quarter. Keep feeding the beast.
RJ at 6'5". Keldon Johnson plays bigger than his listed height, don't you think?
Yeah, Kev. Not only does he play bigger, but he's stronger than he looks and is willing to throw that weight around. He has shown himself capable of playing the 3 or even the small ball 4 if you need him.
Now, here's Johnson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
And a big part of that was his aggressiveness, drawing contact and getting to the line.
Calling it. First personal foul. Third team foul.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
The ball movement has been outstanding so far. They've come out of the gate looking for that extra pass.
And in addition, the three-point shooting has been dialed in tonight. They seem poised for a big game from deep.
First free throw is good.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And so he makes both from the line. San Antonio leading. Outside Gonzalez. It's Hart on the wing. Out to Gonzalez. Shoots the 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
2 minutes.
Pass to Achua. Back to Ball. Inside. Nurkic with the block.
And that 7'2" wingspan for Nurkic, he can just gobble up shots. He knocks that one away with authority.
Now, here's Hart. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. Spurs working the ball around now. Here's Knox. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Just a smooth operator from distance. They'll be tighter to him next time, I bet.
Right side, Ball. Pass to Achua. To the inside. Here's Hood-Schifino. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And the foul goes against San Antonio.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Bulls have shot 6 of 7 at the line.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
And the first one drops. Okogie's checked in for Chicago. And he makes both free throws.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Hart the pass to Knox. Now here's Nurkic. The pass to Hart. Tries yet again. Ball with the rebound. Ball's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Okogie. Back to Ball. And they call an illegal screen.
That's a second, and I think they'll keep him in. He's got to be careful. A third, and he'll sit for the rest of the half.
Spurs leading by 6. Now Hart. Down low and stolen by Achua. And Ball puts up a deep 3. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Here with Greg Popovich. Pop, what did you see in the first half?
We had ball movement. You know, we weren't in mud. The guys were in attack mode. Nobody held the ball. You know, you pass, catch, or shoot. And we did that a lot in the first half.
Yeah, you had them swiveling, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. And in that period, the most they trailed by was 3. Checking out the Spurs. Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
The bench unit was an essential part of the puzzle in the first half. They really stepped it up in a big way, and that helped out. And now the starters can appreciate not having to carry the load on their own.
Looking at Chicago, Shaq, your thoughts?
I like their commitment to getting to the line. Their aggressive approach is frustrating the defense. I like that. They're drawing fouls at a very high rate. I like that. Wouldn't be surprised if someone gets ejected. I will like that too.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Bulls trail by 6. They've got Zach LaVine sharp out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Hood-Schifino in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Back to Ball. To the paint. Here's Sharp. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Sharp's got 9.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. The Bulls lean in on their veteran core. Zach LaVine said you just got to be consistent every day and have championship habits. Each and every day you've got to have a goal in mind and get to that mindset of we're building for something. We've all sacrificed a little bit for the greater good. Kevin?
And that's what we're talking about. That's what it takes. David, thanks. And he makes the first.
And talking about the talented swingman, Devin Vassell, his offense has really improved of late.
Well, it's clear he put in a lot of work into improving that part of his game, especially his three-point shot, and he's not done growing yet.
Vassell hits them both.
Such an important part of this team. Vassell, a great athlete who can guard multiple positions on the court. That's so valuable.
Here's Hood-Schifino. Bangs home the trifecta. He's got 9.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
Zohan, the pass to Wembanyama. Vassell with it. 6 to shoot. Here's Zohan. A stupendous finish in traffic.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Bulls. It's a 5-point game. Outside, LaVine. Pass to Sharp. That's good, and it's LaVine with the assist. LaVine's got 3 assists tonight.
Something lit a fire under them at the half. They started this quarter going 3 for 3 from the floor.
Vassell, no good.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Johnson against LaVine, and taken away by Johnson. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And let's see the leading three-point teams in the NBA. In fourth, the Spurs.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Bulls trail by 3. And the Bulls another 3.
Coming out hot. 4 out of 4 for the field. Okay.
A 3 from Wembanyama. And Hood-Schifino pulls it down. For Chicago, they've gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter.
Bulls basketball.
LaVine kicks the ball. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Pass to Sharp for the lead. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Wembanyama, it's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one. Chicago trailing here. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to get your group together and make sure everyone is on the same page.
Chicago Bulls.
Zach LaVine. Just an incredible month of basketball, putting up about 24 points per, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And when they need to add defense, that's who they look to.
It's hard to find defensive spark plugs, but he is one of them. The whole team comes alive on D when he's in the game.
Now here's LaVine. 5 points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. The pass to Sharp. Outside, ball.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Ball. Some impressive play from him over the last month. And such a great distributor and decision maker among the top 10 in assists per game.
And talk about being top 10 in steals. I love his jumping the passing lanes and then stealing away your dribble. Collier, he's covered by Ball. Driving the lane, count it. He's got 17. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Outside, Levine. Pass to Hood, Javino. Shot clock at 6. Ball with a wide open look. And again, Chicago, no good. Spurs leading by 4. Passes to Collier. Here's Sohan. Pass to Vassell. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
I like when Vassell takes initiative on offense because it forces defenders to compromise at times.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
And the first one at the line is good. Johnson, he's checked in for Lonzo Ball. Vassell hits them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Now here's Levine. 5 points in the game. They grab their own miss. It's good on the putback.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Vassell, the pass to Collier. Johnson outside. And there's the pass to Collier. Fires from deep. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. 19 points in the game.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's Hood Schifino. 12 points for him. Levine kicks to Johnson.
Spurs foul. Sohan. 3rd personal foul. 1st team foul.
Here's Hood Schifino. He's been a go-to guy for them when they've needed offense. He's averaging 19 points a game.
And you can see he's found his rhythm here in the 3rd quarter. You can just sense the uptick in confidence. Everything he puts up from long range seems to be going.
Now, here's Johnson. He has 6. Hits it from 3-point range. And the Spurs lead by 6.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Dishes to Johnson. Shoots over Vassell. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Johnson's got 7.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
The Bulls making a switch here. Achua's checked in.
Precious Achua.
And here are the Bulls now, trailing by 4. On the wing, Levine. Trying to break that ice-cold streak.
One of the best dunkers of this era. Levine loves to put on a show.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Collier. And Hood Schifino pulls it down. the middle. Here's Achua. Can't tie it up as that one misses. San Antonio's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. That one good for 2. He's got 24.
And he's had an excellent performance overall from the field.
Johnson outside. There's the 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
And now the first timeout called here for the Spurs.
Make some noise, fans, for the one and only Chicago Bulls.
Neesmith, he's checked in for the Bulls. Okogie comes in for Zach LaVine. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. And he uses the glass on the lane. 6 points for him.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Pass to Achua. And it's blocked. Inside, here's Collier, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Here's Hood Schifino. He's got 15. Down low. It's blocked, and he recovers it. And the basket by Okogie. Spurs leading by 3. Out to the right wing. Gonzalez against Johnson. Now, here's Nurkic. D right on him. Clock at 4. Here's Collier. Lays it up off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 5.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Johnson, the pass to Achua. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Kicks it to Johnson. Passes it to Achua. Shoots over Nurkic. Nurkic with the block. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Lets it go from the wing. Here's Knox. Ball's knocked loose. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Aaron Neesmith.
It goes on Aaron Neesmith. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Spurs.
Their offense has been a well-oiled machine. They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
And you also have to applaud how they've attacked the interior in this game. A lot of points happening for them in the paint tonight.
That free throw, no good. Josh Hart, he's checked in for San Antonio. And the second free throw, good. Here's Hood Schifino. 15 points in the game. Pass to Achua. Here's Hood Schifino. Defended by Hart. Johnson can't hit.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. He's got 8.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Off with the layup.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoided fouling and got in perfect position to alter that shot.
To the middle. Here's Nurkic. Good on the bucket. And now it's a 10-point Spurs lead.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's Hood Schifino. to halt the run, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And he has been on fire this quarter in terms of his scoring. Hopefully, that fire spreads to his other guys and they can rally.
This will be his third free throw shot of the game.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
One shot.
Spurs leading by 7. Outside Gonzalez. Now the pass to Knox. Chicago grabs the miss. Achua's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's a Kogi. No good there. Great D that time from Nurkic. Right side Gonzalez. Over Neesmith. Gonzalez's shot is off. Chicago's gone 4-6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Here's Hood-Schifino. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Hood-Schifino's got 20.
They're not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Now, here's Hart. Outside Gonzalez. They get it back. Hart kicks to Nurkic, and the basket is good. 6 points for Nurkic.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Johnson, that's for 2, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Lonzo Ball is checked in for Chicago. Spurs also with the sub. Victor Wembanyama is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. So Johnson hits 2 of them. Spurs leading by 5. Gonzalez passes to Knox. Wembanyama with it. 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Hart. Ball with the rebound. Ball's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Eight seconds left here in the third quarter. Johnson for 3. The shot, no good. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Spurs lead by 5. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action.
The Spurs, 82.
And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Everybody got to rotate, rebound, it's pace going back. It's attack, attack, attack. That's all it is.
Greg Popovich distilling it down to one simple concept: be aggressive.
And guys, he knows this game so well. When they control momentum, the pace, they're much harder to beat.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. Wembanyama is the center with Sohan next to him. Then it's Josh Hart. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Collier in at the 1 spot. So it's the Spurs now. Zach LaVine unable to get his last shot to go.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
It's because he's reading where the shots are going and getting to the right position. Just outworking everyone early on the glass. Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
And so LaVine will bring it up now for the Bulls. 9-point game. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Nuggets at Ball Arena in Denver. That sets off a 5-game tour for them. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Yep, it counts.
Exposing the defense and taking advantage in the paint.
To the paint. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. 9 points for Zach LaVine.
Inside the paint, LaVine's agility is just a difference maker. That's what allows him to get to almost any shot.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Steps back and fires. Hart, no good.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Number 46.
Spurs leading by 7. Pass to Sohan. Passes it to Count. And the wing jumper offline.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
LaVine gets the bucket.
The belief of LaVine, willing to do that in a game, man.
Pass to Sohan. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Here's Collier. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Bulls trail by 4. And the points coming for them now, Greg, in bunches.
And we're seeing what a high-octane offense should look like.
Outside, Ball. Wembanyama with the rebound. The Spurs have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. On the wing, LaVine. Poke loose. 5 to shoot. From 11 feet away. Rebound, San Antonio. Wembanyama has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Here's Sohan. Trying to get something going. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. The pass to Nesmith. Right wing. Now, here's Sean. Defended by Wembanyama. And the shot is good. The Spurs lead has been cut down to 2 on the bucket from Sharp.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
On the wrong side of a scoring run here, you might see a lineup change. I'll be pretty curious.
So both teams making some changes here. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. Now, they preached the little things in the huddle. They asked their team to battle on those 50-50 balls. One extra possession could be all the difference. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Here's Wembanyama. Chicago grabs the miss. Outside, Ball. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. San Antonio leading. And here is Vassell. Wembanyama, right side. To the inside. Cuts off the pass. The kick out to Ball. Schifino. Levine for three. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Collier. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, 30 points in the game.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Here's Hood Schifino. Covered by Vassell. Here's Sharp. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And Paul with the block.
And Ball using those long arms to just swat away that shot. I love the hustle. Always nice to have a point guard who can block shots.
Here's Vassell. And they pick up 2. And the Spurs lead by 6. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Passes it to Levine. Over Johnson. Levine can't hit.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
This is why he's out there in situations like this. He stands tall to prevent points.
And all quarter long, he's been zeroed in and knocks down big shot after big shot here in the fourth.
And it's the Bulls with the ball after the basket by San Antonio. Johnson, the pass to Collins. Spurs passing it around. Here's Wembanyama. It balls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
This is not the same guy we saw in the first half. Credit him for finding a way to shake off those first 2 quarters.
Ball, the pass to Sharp. Back to Ball. Can they get it? The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. The shot's good. Johnson's got the lead up to 12 now for the Spurs.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Pass to Sharp. And the Bulls with another miss.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
We have certainly seen some great MVP races the last few years, Richard. Are you satisfied with how the MVP is chosen?
Yeah, Kev, I was happy with it. At the end of the day, there's always going to be at least 2 or 3 other guys that have a legitimate MVP case. So, you know, this year might have been a close one, but next year it might go to the next guy.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second. Here's Levine.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Sharp. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by San Antonio.
Collier. He's covered by Ball. And the call is going to be... Yes, it is. An illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Levine, it's good. The assist that time from Ball. Levine's got it back down to single digits for Chicago. And Wembanyama outside. Now here's Vassell. Not a lot of room. And the pass to Wembanyama. 6 to shoot. Goes back up. Over to the left wing. San Antonio again missing. Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
And it's him all alone atop the voting. It's pretty much a done deal that he'll be showing off his long-range skills in the three-point contest.
Yep, and he's going to be scary to have to go up against if he's on that day. Nobody can shoot it like he can when he gets in a groove.
And we'll keep you posted as we find out more. And as we get closer to the three-point contest, once we have our final list of official contestants.
It's going to be very competitive. That's the one thing we all know. We got an incredible group of long-distance shooters in this league right now.
Cans the shot from the wing. Wembanyama has got 13 points in the second half.
That was a disgusting first half he turned in, but it's been night and day for him after the break.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Yeah, we can see it over here. The coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.
And the D tried to get physical with him down low tonight, and it really backfired. Instead, he's just tore them up. He was aggressive, inviting the contact, and really just taking it straight to him.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight. Ball finds Levine. Right side, Ball. And no good that time.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up. Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Spurs leading by 11. Johnson, the pass to Sohan. And it's blocked. Levine against Johnson. Looking to end his cold spell. Levine can't hit.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Bulls foul. Day'Ron Sharpe. Third personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for San Antonio. Collier. 2 shots.
The first free throw was good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Bulls trail by 13. They can use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
No good that time. Excellent D there from Ball. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Fourth personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Bulls, number 46.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. He hits the second from the line.
Not couldn't hit them all, and they need every point they can get.
I think burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Now, Vassell to the middle. Here's Collier. Uses the glass to finish the lane. He's got 34.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Ball, the pass to Levine. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for San Antonio.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Victor Wembanyama.
You have to love the way that he was closing out on defensive trips. He would always body up, and it's why he ended with so many boards.
Lock at 6. Here's Collier. Sinks the three-pointer.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style. No settling for an outside shot there. They went right to the hoop.
Over to the wing. Here's Sohan. It's blocked. One-on-one fast break. Vassell with it. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. So long, everyone.